Nicholas had a similar problem, didn't he?
No.
I remember reading some stuff about Nicholas. He had some of the same symptoms.
I mean, the only thing that I do know about Nicholas is that...
Now, Nicholas didn't die. Okay, what I think happened is that the same sort of thing happened with Christina, but I think maybe you changed your mind. Is that possible?
We never doing anything to Nicholas. All I can remember is that we were complaining all day, and we'd even talked to the doctors about the grunting that he'd had all day. And,
yeah.
And
were the doctors maybe not paying close enough attention to it?
What they wasn't paying attention to was the fact that we brought him home, and newborns sleep all the time, or they take the bottle and they go back to sleep, and he wasn't doing that. He was just not happy. He's like, we couldn't do anything to make him happy. And we tried, we kept telling them that something's not right, and they just wasn't listening.
Well, I can understand that. I can also understand that you may have one of the doctors to take a closer look at him.
Because after all the kids we've had, we knew.
Wouldn't it be nice then to, I wish sometimes that I could force doctors to pay a little bit closer attention to my children. What I think happened, and you tell me if I'm wrong, is that you simply wanted these doctors to take a little bit closer look at Nicholas and assure you that he didn't have any real problems. I think what happened is that you caused Nicholas to have some of the same symptoms by him almost dying, and thereby forced the doctors to put him in intensive care and take a real close look at what his real problems are. Is that possible? Can you tell me about when that happened and how that happened? Were you alone, or was Tim home?
He was home for a good while, and then I remember what he did.
Tim left?
He went outside or something.
Okay, well, how did you make sure that Nicholas wasn't going to die because of this? What happened?
I just,
How did you make him stop breathing for a while?
Just the same way.
How? Were you in the living room? Or were you in the bedroom?
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom? On the bed? Were you holding him so that he knew that you loved him? Then what happened?
And I just put my hand over his nose just for a little bit.
Did you squeeze his nose? Is that what caused the bleeding, perhaps?
I don't know.
You don't know. Did you squeeze his nose? And you had to hold his mouth closed then too, is that right? So what happened then? How did you know he?
And I just for a little bit, just until I don't remember what he did. He didn't stop breathing. He never stopped breathing. But I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't gonna die, that nothing was gonna happen to him. But I just felt that there was something wrong. I mean, he wasn't acting right. I mean, even Tim can tell anybody that. He just wasn't, I don't know, it's like he wasn't happy. He wouldn't drink his formula. He wouldn't sleep, and just something was wrong. And all I kept thinking was what
the doctors weren't looking at him close enough?
It's like they wasn't paying any attention. And even when I was in the labor room, I can remember him telling me that his heart rate had dropped at the time, and I had to lay in a different position. And when he was born, he was blue, and they had to give him oxygen, and I was just afraid that something was going to happen. And when I kept telling him that he wasn't acting right, nobody was paying any attention.
Okay. Well, it sounds like what you were doing for Nicholas was, an effort to help him. That's fine. Remember I told you about these tissue samples that were saved from Holly's autopsy? Those have been tested too, but we haven't, there's a chance there's a slight chance, very slight, that since it happened so long ago, the tissue samples that they tested aren't from Holly. And fortunately, the bodies are buried close by in Greenfield. Is that where you're from? We may at some point want to ensure that those tissue samples are are indicative of Holly. But based on the results we have right now, that death wasn't a city death either. So I'd like to know, just for my own personal benefit, did you feel the same things about Holly that you did for Christina? Did you have the same sort of fears for her when she was growing older, when she grew older?
I never thought about it. I never thought about it until after Christina was born and the way she looked, and people kept telling us that.
What did people think about Holly?
Not that many people seen Holly in the family.
Because, see, I'm going to have, if those tests are done and they come back the same way, then I'm going to have to come back and talk to you again. So we can make a clean slate of everything if you'll tell me also that Holly didn't die from some real malicious thing that you did, that it occurred in the same way, maybe. Were you holding her, perhaps, when she died? How did that happen? Was it the same way? Where were you?
She was in her bed.
Was she in the crib, or was she in another chair, or?
No, she was in bed at the time. They both kids shared a room, so.
I got it. Well, what was she wearing? Do you remember what she was wearing?
I know she must have had a dress on, but I don't remember what.
I've heard you always dressed those girls in pretty dresses. Took real good care of them. Was it the same sort of thing? Tell me, was it the same sort of thing that caused Christine to stop breathing? What made you think of that at that time?
I don't remember.
Do you remember what was driving you? Something that I can kind of latch onto as a reason for this happening?
I know that the time, it was right around the time after we moved to Hawaii. I found out that when Tim was in basic training, that he wasn't actually seeing somebody else, but he was writing to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Back here in Ohio?
No, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I found all the letters and things that she wrote to him, and how I can remember her response, I only read her side, was something about, yes, I wish that, I meant Holly wished mine and yours and not Cheri's, something about she didn't deserve her, and all this. Like I said, this was her side. I don't know what Tim said or anything like that. And I just remember thinking, maybe he's right. Maybe I don't deserve anybody because of what happened and all that.
How did that fit in with Holly dying? Or her not being here anymore? Was Holly something that he really wanted?
He didn't really, no, because he didn't really pay any attention to her.
What sort of things motivated you then?
It was just, like I said, I was just thinking about, maybe...
Upset about him seeing somebody else possibly, or leaving you sometime?
It wasn't that, it was just that I kept thinking, he doesn't care, he doesn't really pay any attention to her, and I felt like he was so wrapped up with this other person that he didn't care about her, and I wanted to show her I cared, and I did care, and I had to
show who you cared.
Holly.
Oh, okay.
And I had to go to work, like right after she was born, and we had to leave her, and
well, that's not good.
And especially in Hawaii where we didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And I just, I thought there's got to be a better life for her than this. Because Stephen, he paid attention to. It was just her, and I thought, maybe she's a reminder of what happened to me. Maybe that's what, the reason he don't want to be close to her. I don't know.
So how did it happen?
The same way.
You held her nose closed and then kept her mouth closed. Did she struggle much? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Did you close your eyes when it happened?
I don't remember that either.
Do you remember knowing that she was dead?
No, I didn't actually know if she was dead or not.
What did you expect the results were?
I really didn't know. I just know that she had quit breathing.
So then what did you do? when she quit breathing?
I remember just holding her for a while, and then it seems like if I can remember that she was kind of gasping. She didn't. I want to say like she wasn't breathing, but yet she would gasp a couple of times. So I've heard, that.
You have to hold her nose tighter than when she gasped?
No, this was after. I can just remember that.
Were you still holding her when she?
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
Then I just put her in her crib.
And she stopped moving at that point?
And it was about that time that the phone rang.
Okay. Why didn't you tell anybody about this? Do you think people just don't understand?
People are going to think that I'm a terrible person for what I did.
No, I think those people don't know you very well.
And
What do you think of what you did?
I miss them both very much. And I thought that in time I wouldn't miss them as much, but I do. I miss them a whole lot more than when I see our three boys growing up, and I see what they could have been, and I think about how old they are. But then I think, what would have happened to them? Especially Christina, what would have happened to her if she actually did turn out the way everybody said she did? And I'd do anything to keep any of them from getting hurt.
Well, you can certainly tell that by looking at your other kids. Tell you what, I'm gonna step out for just a minute. Here's some Kleenex. Can I just get you to sit here for just a second? Try to compose yourself, and that way you can think of some things you want to ask me about what's been going on, okay? And I'll be back in just a couple of seconds. I need you to drink of water, okay? Be right back.